Like pixels on a screen, these are the games of our lives. All right, we're back. It's lucky number 13 for the games of our lives. My name is Chris. Joining me once again this week, my good friend, Michael. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. 13 is actually my lucky number. I was a weird kid.
Yeah, and it turned out real well for you.
Sort of.
We are recording this on July 4th, America's 2015th birthday. Happy birthday, Michael. How is your Independence Day going?
So far it's great. You know, had our Jesus celebration, and it's raining here though, so I think the barbecues has to wait for tomorrow.
You put out your American flag crucifix?
Yes, I was trying to think of what would be funny, and I failed.
It's okay. I forgive you. So, Mike, video games. Have you been playing them this week?
I haven't actually. I'm still trying to beat Hand of Fate, which is that deck building sort of action game.
How's it going?
You know what? It's interesting because it's definitely what I would call a steep learning curve, and that the first 3 quarters of the game you'll be like, this game is way too easy, and now I'm on like the last two bosses. I finally kind of beat the penultimate level, and it's like, this game is ridiculously hard.
Is it the kind of thing where you have to go back and do old levels to try and get better stuff, or do you just have to figure out how to do it with the stuff you have?
It's funny I actually did have to do that because what happened was there was an encounter that there certain encounters, they'll go into your deck and they'll be locked until you beat them or complete another challenge. So basically it sort of jams up your deck. And there was one that was kind of too hard. Like it wasn't a guarantee I would get through it. So I had to like go back to an old level so I could like keep trying where maybe you're less crippled, and then keep doing it. But eventually I did it, killed the Kraken. And then once you do that, you can just take it out of your deck. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Oh, so it's like a penalty card.
Yeah, exactly. They have certain encounters, certain boss encounters, or they're actually, one of the kind of cool things they did is they'll jam up your deck with maybe three of one encounter card that doesn't give you a really great reward, and then you can't remove those three until you pay a guy in a different encounter.
Interesting.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of clever how it does it. I'm still enjoying it. I don't know how many more times I'll fail before I just sort of throw up my hands and say screw this.
So now you're kind of at the point where you have to figure out how to do it with what you've got.
Yeah, definitely. It's not. And
Is there any element of like randomness to the way you approach these final battles, or if by the time you get there you've sort of done everything that the game has up until that point, so it's just strategy, or
a little bit. So I've gotten to the final battle a couple times, and really I kind of know before I get there whether or not I really have a shot, because you need certain equipment at this point of the game. So you're really going. You're in other levels, you maybe try to go through as quick as you could, but in this one, you really go like step by step, because you're like, oh crap, I really need to upgrade. I need a better armor. Like if I go in with light armor, I'm gonna get murdered. But at this point, no, it's just a combat exercise that I keep repeatedly failing.
oh, well, that's good.
But oh no, I'm still enjoying it. Still worth. I probably put about 15 hours into it, which for a $20 game is to me an excellent ROI.
Yeah, that's good. I wrapped up a game, my massive chalice game, and that game ends pretty well. I wholeheartedly recommend it. I did jump back in immediately for another start, but probably won't get back to it for a while since the gameplay does end up being kind of repetitive. But it is there's a lot of like there's a lot of like man, those credits. A lot of people back that game.
Oh, they list all the Kickstarter backers.
Yeah, and they do this interesting thing. The core gameplay mechanic when you're looking at the map screen is that you have a timeline at the top, and when you push the right trigger, it speeds it. it goes through time. So that timeline bar is there through the whole credits, and you can speed up the credits, which is useful because if you play them at 1x speed, it's probably longer than like an Ubisoft game.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's saying a lot.
Yeah. So you
That's kind of one of the ultimate compliments that you can give a game. Is that you beat it and then you immediately start a new game.
yeah, I wanted to see like cuz at a certain backer tier you could design like a sigil and a house for yourself. So I wanted to see like some of the really random weird houses that I could get from the start of the game. And it's pretty interesting stuff. But I don't know that I'll keep playing that for a while since I just wrapped it up. But this week I wanted to really talk about some mobile games that I started and beat over the last couple of weeks. They're by the same developer, 10 Million, and You Must Build a Boat.
Oh,
The,
getting a little pushy game, huh? Tell me what to do.
no, you have to. You don't have a choice. You must build a boat.
It's by Imperative Studios.
These are match 3 games with RPG elements. They're really well designed. The core gameplay is really fun, and they're good mobile games in that you pay for them once and you have them. They're not ridiculously expensive. They're not bilking you at every turn. They're not free to play stuff. So they're really good mobile phone games. And You Must Build a Boat is also out on Steam. I definitely recommend them. They're not long games, but they are very fun.
I played 10 million on, I believe, Steam. You Must Build a Boat is pretty similar.
Yes, they sort of took that core gameplay and expanded upon it, where there's more stuff to upgrade. There are improvements to the actual game board. There's different environments you can go to, and there's no the sort of the end goal is a little more obfuscated than just score 10 million in a run. And there's actual benefits to once you beat it, going back and playing through it again, because there's secret characters to unlock. It's a lot more robust game compared to 10 million, whereas 10 million was this really stripped down, highly polished experience. They sort of built upon it very well.
Oh, that's good because I really enjoyed 10 million, so I think I'd be interested in something similar.
Yeah, great games to play while pooping.
I wonder if they slap that right on the front page of the
Yes,
store.
from Games of Our Lives. 11 out of 12. Great game to play while pooping.
I wonder what, like, because I think of those match 3 games as all being, I think it was like Jeweled-esque when you're talking gameplay, but that can't be the first game that did it.
I don't know. I This is a history that I'm not well versed on,
Yeah,
but
some poor.
Jewel was definitely like one of the first ones. It's got to be.
Oh, okay. I'm just thinking there was probably some poor college student threw together some mobile game that was a match 3, and then was like, oh, hey, this is a great game. You should patent it. He's like, oh no, come on, why would I do that? And now, 30 years later.
Yeah, everything ends up having a match 3 game associated with it. Every media property. So
I'm very much looking forward to Warcraft Jeweled.
No, it's Jewels of Warcraft.
Oh, thank you. That's a much better name. This is why I don't work for Blizzard.
Yes.
All right. So, what? Anything you're looking forward to?
Let's see. I picked up the Strider remake during the Steam sale, and I did boot that up a couple times and dipped into it. And that's a very another stripped down, really core game experience. It's really fun to just, you're running around slashing up robots, fighting bosses. It's really good so far. So I'm gonna dip back into that. But yesterday, July 3rd, Wargaming.net opened up the beta for their World of Warships game, which they announced like 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know, did you ever get into those wargaming games, World of Tanks, World of Warplanes?
No. The closest I played War Thunder, which might be the closest analog.
It's very similar, definitely. So I played World of War Tanks. I didn't really like it because it ended up being like each match ends up being like a sniper match, where
Oh,
you're
okay.
hiding in the bushes waiting for another tank to show itself. It wasn't really visceral tank combat. Warplanes was very good. I did enjoy that a lot, and I probably should have gotten it. I would have gotten into it more if it was a pay for it game instead of a free to play game, because I don't know, Wargaming has they've got I don't know that it's particularly bad, but I thought it was a particularly bad pricing structure and way that they make you want to pay for it, because, if you lose a match, like you could the way that they have their game structured is you have a vehicle, be it a plane or a tank or a boat, and if you take it into a match and lose, you cannot play with that vehicle again until a timer runs out. So it really kind of really doubly punishes you for losing.
Okay. So yeah, that because I remember the way War Thunder worked is basically you'd pick four planes. I think it was four, maybe it was like six. You'd pick X amount of planes that you could take with you, and once it got shot down, you couldn't pick that plane for the rest of. But that was like a match thing. Was this persistent?
Yeah, so if you got killed early on in a match, you would not have that vehicle available to you until either the match finished or some arbitrary timer ran out. And you had a couple of slots available to you. I think the free to play basic was 2 slots. So you could run with 2 slots, but I mean if you had a bad run, you'd be SOL to play the game again for 15-20 minutes, which sucks.
I was gonna ask how long the timer was.
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
so that's
if
pretty significant.
if the match ends up being like 2 people left and they're just on opposite sides of the map sneaking around, matches could take a while.
Oh, okay, yeah. And if
It's
you can't really quit out, right? Because then you really don't get any benefit from completing it.
well, you can quit out and you will get the benefits of the match finishing, but you can't use that vehicle again until the match is over. And then
Oh, even if you're in like trying to go to a different lobby.
yeah. Uh, and
Oh, okay,
and
yeah, I
on
can see
top
that.
of that, once the match is over, in order to use that vehicle again, if you got killed, you have to repair it with their currency. So
Oh, yeah, okay.
it is a war profiteering payment scheme. I was
I
not
was
a
gonna say, in a way, it's maybe the most faithful to way warfare works, where it's the only one that wins are the defense
I
contractors.
guess. I mean, like, yeah, it really turned me off to at least in World of Warplanes and War Tanks. So I mean, I'll give Warships a shot because it looks really cool and I like that Navy stuff. So I mean, I'll give it a shot and we'll see if they've improved that at all. But
Enjoy your little. I was saying another kind of problem with these games. I mean, usually they're smart about keeping with people your same level, but you'll jump into a lobby with your little PT boat dinghy, and then you'll immediately be hit by like the battleships.
yeah, the Iowa's 16-inch gun just drills through
Yeah.
you. The ammo is bigger than your boat. You must build a bigger boat.
I was just gonna say, is that a tie-in? Now, if you made a game, one of these games where if your boat got destroyed, you had to play You Must Build a Boat to get a boat. All right, hold on. I'm gonna
Oh
stop
man.
talking. I need to start monetizing.
So, but what about you, Michael? What are you looking forward to?
um, Not too much. I'm looking forward to kind of. I did one run of Westerado double barreled, but that's a game you actually kind of want to keep beating. So I don't want to talk about that just yet. Uh, I was just looking. Bloodbowl 2 comes out probably not for a while, probably not until the end of summer. But I don't know if you ever play the first Blood Bowl.
No, I think I watched a couple of people play. Is that that's not Frozen that Frozen football game, right? From
It
the guys
looks
that made Frozen Cortex?
no, but it plays a lot like it. I mean, you could say I think Frozen Synapse is the one you're thinking of. But
Yes.
Frozen Synapse looks a lot like Blood Bowl, which I mean, Blood Bowl is obviously like a tabletop game, so its roots go back a lot further.
Oh
But
yeah, that's right. That's right, and it's weird.
yeah, it's the Warhammer. It's a weird game. It's an insane learning curve. Some some races are just better than others. Maybe this is like I don't know.
Whoa,
There's like a
hey,
secret. There's a secret
whoa,
eugenics
buddy, hey,
developer thing here.
I'm
Look, I'm not racist, but
tugging my collar over here.
the hobbits, but the gnomes get their ass kicked by the werewolves.
Look, all I'm saying is that some orcs are better than other orcs.
That's what the game is telling me. But yeah, so I mean, the videos for it look good.
Is this did you Kickstarter this game, or was this
I didn't.
independently developed? Okay, it was Kickstarted.
I'd have to look it up. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but I mean, I enjoy Blood Bowl. I can't get. I tried every time I try to do the league. What happens is like you just it's a super punishing game in terms of like the persistence. Like your characters can literally get killed on your team.
The
Like, I mean, they get killed in the match and then they get killed like in life.
oh oh, you
So
mean the tabletop
it's
game?
no, that carries over to the PC game at least for the first Blood Bowl,
When was it? Wait, I
where
thought the
if
first
you're a
Blood Bowl
character,
was like on SNES. Or am I thinking of
no,
something
the
else?
I was
I'm
gonna say
thinking
there was
of
like
Mutant League
Mutant League
I'm
football.
thinking of Mutant League Football. You're right.
Nah, this is just pretty much it's a Steam game. I mean, it looks fine. Like you can play it now. It looks pretty good. But it's Blood Bowl 2 does look really nice. There's a the announcer can get on your nerves, but it is a funny game. Uh, if you're a huge football tactician, you'll maybe enjoy it until something like cheap happens to you, or like well, you'll spend 15 minutes trying to complete a forward pass with the dwarves, and then you'll just like rage quit.
So this is literally fantasy football.
Oh, absolutely.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's a hilarious concept, and I want to just love it and get super into it, but it's very uh, the game is not nice to you. So it's cool. Games don't do that anymore, but it does make it a little tough to
Well,
really
you should play
keep
like
with
Dark
it.
Souls then.
No, that's true. It is. I mean, Dark Souls fantasy football. Maybe that's the tactical turn-based football that sports fans have been clamoring for.
Yes,
You know,
definitely.
if you reskin this as Madden, I think you could make a couple million.
Like brutal Madden.
Yeah, just brutal Madden. Have the ambulance come on and run over players again.
Oh god, yeah. I remember that. Oh man. So yeah, there's bit of a dry week.
I figured 2 weeks ago was E3 in the party. This week is probably just a hangover.
I guess, this summer is usually the dead times for video games since everybody tries to cluster their releases for spring or fall. So a holiday season eventually coming up. Let's see what's coming out this summer. Windows 10 is coming out this
Yeah,
summer. Batman just came out. I can't
it's
think
a good
of what's
opportunity to
the
catch up on your Steam library.
yeah, I can't think of like what's the next big game. The next big games are going to be in
I mean,
November.
Fallout 4,
Yeah.
like that's not until
I think there's
XCOM 2. All those.
a Call of Duty coming out soon. I don't know. There's probably
That's.
a
I
Call of
mean,
Duty coming out
you can
soon.
take that sentence and you can go anywhere in time, and that will probably be true.
Yeah. So yeah, not a lot of news going on. This will be a pretty short episode. It's looking like right now at least. Thanks for listening, friends, to the Games of Our Lives with Mike and Chris. If you like the show, tell your friends about it. That's the only way that we grow the audience. And I'd like to apologize in advance. We probably might not have an episode next week or the week after because of timing stuff and my moving and all of that.
Moving on up.
Yeah, all of that fun stuff going on. So we'll try for it, but I don't know that it's going to happen since I got to do all the editing and stuff. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for your patience. I know that this show has pretty much been the only stuff going up on the channel for a while, but that'll change once I get settled into the new home. I'm cooking up a bunch of good stuff to put out there.
That's right. Cooking Mama 2, let's play.
That's right. Cooking Mama to dinner with friends on the I think that was a DS game.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. I don't have
I
a
still have an unopened copy of Cooking Mama somewhere in my house.
why.
I don't know. I got it as a gift, which is very considerate because I enjoy the kind of like those kind of I don't even know what kind of game you'd call it. Simon Says games, right?
Yeah, it's like a Zen game.
Actually, I have 2 copies of Super Princess Peach, which I bought as an investment because I was not a smart child. This is going deep into
I'm stunned.
Nintendo. This is going deep into the Nintendo economy.
Do you still
It
have
sells
them?
for over full price. I do. Yeah, yeah. They're sealed too.
Wow. Hold
I
on to
know,
those
right?
for like 20 more years. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna have to drop this in somewhere before the ending, but they found an original prototype of the Nintendo PlayStation
Oh, I saw the headline,
that
but I
doomed
didn't read much about it.
that doomed collaboration between Sony and Nintendo that spun off into Sony PlayStation. They found an original prototype. I think it's like the only one that exists, and it's
That's
fascinating.
amazing. I mean, what can anything run on it, or is it
I
just
don't think
hardware?
they're. I think it was just a dev kit. I mean, I don't. There was nothing that was ever produced for it
Oh, that's hilarious.
because the project died on the vine before it ever came
Yeah,
out.
Nintendo CD.
Yeah, fascinating. Like, imagine what gaming history would be like if if the partnership between Nintendo and Sony continued.
That's true. I don't know. Maybe it'll end up in a museum, right? It belongs in a museum.
Yeah, it belongs there. Yeah, that So I don't know. This episode of Games of Our Lives is gonna have a weird continuity loop to it, where the ending is somewhere in the middle. I don't know. This is a
Yeah.
weird one, guys. Thanks for listening.
Like I have facial hair now where I didn't before.
Yeah, that's weird. It's like on your eyes.
Yeah.
You're giving me the hairy eyeball, literally. Okay, friends. Thanks for listening. I don't know when we'll see you next, but I can assure you that we will talk about games then.
Yeah, and enjoy your holiday.
Enjoy your holiday, Michael. Thank you. We'll see you another time.
They put up signs that they're looking for host families for like Spanish exchange students. I thought it'd be funny to. I don't know why I thought it'd be funny to like sign up for it.
You have that spare room, technically.
Well, I mean, it's not even the air mattress thing, but it's just like they're looking for like families. I'm like, call them up. Hey, do you guys do background checks?